Hi, welcome to this video. I'm going to break down some of the commands that you might hear us use in the dojang. So dojang is the word for the training room. So that's your first word. So dojang. What we wear is a dobok. So this is our dobok in the dojang. You'll hear us say some other Korean sometimes. So we might say chariot. So chariot, we're very special actually as a club, and we have two different chariots. So chariot means attention. So we expect you to go into your attention stance. So we actually have two different ones. So I'm going to break these down for you. So we have this one here where our feet are in a V shape and our hands are out like we're holding on to shopping bags. And that's our chariot for ITF Taekwondo, or traditional ITF Taekwondo. But we have a different one as well. So we have one where our feet are together and our hands are at our side. Now, lots of different styles of Taekwondo do this one. So WT Taekwondo, which is the South Korean one that you see in the Olympics, that does this one. Karate does this one, and lots of different styles of Taekwondo. So a lot of us will do this. Either one of those is fine. We just need you to either put your hands at your side, that's the easy one really, or do the V, your hands like this. So if we're seeing this, we know it's wrong, or this is wrong. We just want to see V-shaped feet, hands out like a shopping bag, holding shopping bags, or feet together, hands at side. Okay, that's the easy one. So chariot, that means attention. The other word is kyune, which means bow. So you'll see different ways. So again, if we're in the ITF ready stance or attention stance, we're then going to bow like this. And if we're in this stance, we're going to bow like this. So it's the same. There are various different rules around whether you look at the person or don't look at the person. Don't worry about any of those. All we want at this stage is either hands at side and bow, or in the V shape and bow. That's the important things. So kyune. There's some other things. So at the end of class, I'll say Hasan, which means dismissed. When we're doing an activity, I'll say sijak, which means start. There might occasionally, I might accidentally use a Korean word. Sometimes I might use a Japanese word. I speak Japanese, so I might occasionally accidentally say something like hajime. I might just accidentally count in Japanese sometimes. But it's just, bear with me. Korean is what we're supposed to be speaking. I just sometimes mess up. So counting. Let's count in Korean. So there's actually two slightly different ways of saying some of the numbers, but we'll do the sort of the traditional way, or the typical way, I should say. So we say hana, which is number one. Du, two. Set. Net. Tassel. Yassel. Ilgap. Yado. Ehop. Yo. So don't worry too much, and I apologize for my pronunciation if anybody's Korean watching this and my pronunciation is terrible. My Japanese is much better. so you only really need to know how to count up to 10. You don't need to know it just yet, so it can take some time, but certainly by the time you're like green belt, we would expect you to be able to count to 10 really. You're going to hear it a lot, so you're going to learn those words. Some of the moves you might hear me occasionally saying in Korean. So I'll just go over some of the most common stuff. So let's do our stances. So this one here is our sitting stance. This is called anan sogi. We'll do our walking stance. So this is the bent front knee, straight back leg. This is gunan sogi. And because you might be watching this video and you're slightly more advanced, I will just show you the L stance as well, which is ninja sogi. These two, funny enough, chariot sogi. Easy. And then you'll hear me quite often say chumbi, which means ready. So ready. So this is chumbi, sogi. One of the other ones is you'll hear me say borrow quite a bit. So you might finish your move, you're in that move, and you're frozen, and then I say borrow, which means return. So nice and easy. So the most common ones, so the ones that I really want you to focus on learning are chariot, kyune, and borrow, and chumbi.